Day 61. You don't have to think about yesterday. Until it happened to me, I took issue with the phrase imposter syndrome. And I think that it manifests itself in many different ways, in many different forms. And I think that it's something that every high achieving, every person that's on the path to success at one point has to tackle, has to face, struggles with. So I'll this probably won't be my only video where I'm going to talk about advice for tackling imposter syndrome. And again, the phrase imposter syndrome, I don't know why I take so much issue with it, because one of the most commonly accepted definitions is that there's this fear of being exposed as a fraud, despite there being like very clear evidence that you are capable, that you are competent, that you know exactly what you're talking about, that you're an expert in your field, right? So I've never quite felt that way, right? Like I've always felt very confident in my expertise, very confident in what I have to offer, and I've never had a problem voicing that. That hasn't been my issue. What has been my issue, and I don't know if this necessarily qualifies under imposter syndrome, but it's very, very, very similar line of thinking, and it's very, very toxic. And it's again leads back to the very first thing I mentioned in this video. You don't have to think about yesterday. So what happens with me is that sometimes, like, I'll be killing it. I'll be having a great day, a great week, I'll be doing something in my life where the project that I'm working on, whatever, right? Like I'm killing it for whatever reason. And then sometimes I'll be out on a walk, or I'll be laying down for bed, or I'll be getting ready to eat something, right? And I'll get an embarrassing memory of usually it's embarrassing. It's something that I'd like to pretend never happened. And it almost has this disgusting effect of like putting me in my place, of like knocking me off my high horse. And then all of a sudden my thinking is consumed with this negative memory. And again, I would say that this is a form of imposter syndrome. The psychologists in the house, if I'm not correctly identifying this, please let me know, because I think it is very much a sense of imposter syndrome. It's almost like this negative reaction that my psyche, my body has to kind of like knock me off when I get to the top. And one way, I would argue perhaps the best way that I've used to combat this is to just keep it pushing, keep going forward. When you find yourself dwelling on negative thoughts and the past, honestly, the best thing you can do is start planning positive things for the future. And I phrased it by saying you don't have to think about yesterday, but another way of saying that is that think about and plan for the beautiful things that are going to happen tomorrow, and work on manifesting those things. So again, it is worth repeating. You don't have to think about yesterday.